Hello everyone, back at it again for another CHL update. I'm here with my esteemed colleague Mario today, and we're going to go over a month of CHL games for you, and let's get right into it. Crosby Division up first. The Ottomans. 18 games played, 10 wins, 23 points. They're on top of the division. They're plus minus. Goal differential's looking a little shaky, and in their last 10 they've struggled of late, but a solid start put them ahead. They have pretty good defense, pretty good offense. We'll have to see where they go out from here, but they've put themselves in a good position. The Ice Melters, 10 wins, plus 7. They've really, you can see right here, they've gone on a heater lately. Power play and penalty kill have both kind of stabilized. The goal differential, 34 against. This is a very surprising defensive team. They're quite good, and I guess we're gonna have to see if they keep going or if they slide back down. But right now, they're on a hot streak. Their first line is doing quite well, and their defense is stepping up. Down to the Guppies. They're struggling to score right now. Goal differential at 0. It's kind of caught up to them. Their power play has started to drop, and that's bad for them. They really make their money off of special teams. Penalty kill is still hanging in there, but they've lost 2 in a row and 19 games, 10 wins. They're almost a 500 team right now, so even though they're in 3rd place, I kind of see them more like 5th or 6th amongst these teams, just based off of the projection and the trajectory. New York, another team on a bit of a rise. Plus 12 goal differential. Their power play is really taking off, and they may have lost their last game, but these guys are starting to heat up. The second line, I believe it's Hammerlick, Huselius, and Gunnarsson. They're really coming into their own as a strong second line in this league. They're winning their matchups and putting together good power play numbers. Alaska, I'm a little surprised right now. They're not dead yet. They looked real rough, but they're hanging in there, and they've kind of come back to life. So that's all based on their top line. Have really improved, and their power play's improved, and we'll take a look at that later on. Quebec. They're just, they're not out of it. They're not really impressing me either. The goaltending is weak. I think it should be better. It got better than it was, but it's still not great. The main upside here is their number one defenseman, Bailey, is really coming into his own, and the whole team is on offense is struggling, but Bailey is trying to will them himself as a top D-man. New Hampshire, I don't know exactly what's going on other than the first line is really struggling. They've won 2 in a row, so they were in a worse position, and they're starting to claw out of it, but their defense is good. They struggle to score, and the first line is getting caved in right now. Especially Kivlenix, the left wing enforcer. He's really not able to pull his weight on that line. Portland, the scoring is improving, but they're still a minus 19 because they're not stopping anything. They can't get a save. Their second line is good. Their first line is sinking. 73 goals against in 17 games. That's just awful. I'm surprised they even got 6 wins. They pulled out a couple close ones. If they can get the engine going, they can beat a team, but it doesn't always work out that way. Most of the time, they get rolled over first. On to the Hasek division. Tennessee. Opportunistic scoring up and down the line. Nobody's really standing out. The first line is doing their job, but the defense is chipping in, and the goaltending has just been amazing. That penalty kill of 93 is, I think it's top in the league. This is really good. 12 wins. They're plus 8 differential, 25 points. This is the best team in the league right now. 34 goals against. As I said with Albuquerque, this is a great defensive team, and I'm not, we'll take a look at some of the numbers later, but I think these guys are for real, as are the Buffalo Baby Bears. They have the best line in the league, top-down scoring. If they get shut down up front, they definitely struggle, and they've lost a couple this week, but plus 18, 61 goals for it. There's nothing even really close to that. The two teams that come close have massive defensive problems that these guys don't really have. Having said that, their goaltending is really struggling. I believe Zigomanis is below, he's like negative on goals saved average, which is kind of surprising to me. He's a 10 goalie, so you'd think that he should be better, but an average goalie is saving more goals per game than he is right now. And thankfully for the rest of the team, they're able to pull through it. But let's look at one of the most struggling teams next. Kingston, 10 wins, 5 losses, 2 in overtime. They've lost 4 in a row. And for them, the scoring is dried up. Their differentials closing together. Their great defense, best defense in the league, is starting to fall behind. I mean, their defense is still doing good, but the offense is falling behind the pace that they need to outperform. And, I think that this is just them hitting a bump. I think they're going to come back. I think after we do the next 9 to 10 games, they're going to win some more. And we'll look at one of their lines later too. It's kind of interesting. Omaha. Defense has struggled. The top line is still doing their thing. The middle six is a problem for this team. The fourth line is the best in the league, and we'll definitely be looking at them later. But they've been kind of treading water lately, and they've fallen behind the pace from the top couple teams into more the middle. And I think Boston will pass them next week. I think that's my prediction right now, is that Omaha is going to keep going down and Boston and Idaho are going to go up. Speaking of Boston, this team, wow, complete rebound. I don't know what to say. Top 6 is A+. They're a very, very dangerous offensive team. And once those lines came alive and started contributing, it really changed the complexion of this team. Now, they have played 19 games, so 18 points in 19 is maybe deceptive. It's not quite as good. They're still below 500, but if they can get their defensive troubles in check and continue on this pathway, they will be a playoff team. Maybe the Dutes will as well. The Idaho Dutes are, basically right about even Steven 500. Their special teams are awful. This is the worst total in the league, and it's not really that close. They're struggling big time, but they are hanging around. They've banked enough where they can ride it out in the middle. Playoffs start at the top 4 for each division, so they will have a chance to make it, but they're gonna have to play better, and they can't play 500. They have to be better than 500. Rockford, they finally got a power play goal. They have 1 on the season. That's horrible. Not good. Having said that, they have won 2 in a row. This team was looking dead, and they managed to barely squeak through a couple. The offense is just not there. They have no spring to them at all. It's a very flat team, but they're very defensively strong and responsible. I think this team finishes near the bottom. I don't think this win streak is gonna continue. And then the Nonas, this is the worst team. Unfortunately, 4 wins in 17 games. Yikes. They only have 21 goals for, minus 25 goal differential. Awful. Just awful. 1-8-1 in the last 10. So They've won a single game in 10 games, and we'll be taking a deeper look at them. The goalie deserves a raise. Nothing but the top line is contributing, and it's just a mess. So let's go over to players, and we'll look at some stats here. And first up, we're going to look at Buffalo line 1, which is Vernon, Finley, and Cody. These three make up the best line in hockey right now, the CHL. 21 on the goal differential plus minus while they're on the ice. Corsi, 301 attempts for to 256 against, 54%. It's pretty good. This isn't amazing, but it is good. You want to be above 50, and they're definitely doing that while putting up great totals. Vernon, 26 points. He's the point leader in the league right now. 11 goals, 17 games, 1.5 points per game. Really good. Finley and Cody are both 3-star players, putting up 22 points in 17 games. This is great value. Allmark, defenseman, really good. 18 assists, 21 points. He is helping solidify this line, and also the second line is doing fine as well. The only place on this team that's really struggling is the third line, which were the best line last time I used this team in the first season. But Ginla is still a stud. Anyway, we're talking about the first line. This is the benchmark. No team is really fielding a line that's any close to this level of production, at least on the plus minus. There are some that get close in points, but their defensive lapses are affecting the totals in other ways. We look at the worst line. We're gonna go to the Nonas, and we have it right here. Line 2, Lowry, Gillis, Hanses, minus 17. 2 goals in 17 games. Corsi, 134 to 95 against, 30%, awful. Just bad. You get into game score, you get into negative game score, that's rough. And for a second line, you need more than 2 goals in 17 games. You need it. Lowry has 6 shots. He can't shoot the puck. How are you gonna score? It's bad. We can go over to totals in the league and look at goals. New goal leader, Patrick Edelman from Alaska. He has been on fire lately. That whole top line has been great. You see that, like I said before, their plus minus is 0 because he's doing a lot of his work in the power play. But 20 points, 12 goals, great. Good for him. Berenson right behind him at 11 still, Walensky at 11, and Vernon at 11. So the goals leaders are pretty close. And then you can see Nyquist right there with 9. This is Boston's offense plus 11, okay? We'll look at them, show you what this top 6 looks like. But Nyquist, Varlamov, Fox, Mikheyev, Grice, Carlson. These guys are putting up great totals. The second line is digging themselves out of a hole, so the plus 2 isn't so much of a difference as the plus 11, but this team is doing some great stuff. Let's look at overall Corsi. If you want to sort by this percentage to see basically which lines are the most efficient, the chances on the ice going for them versus against them, these are your best lines. And a lot of them are kind of down or in the middle of the lineup, which is interesting. Tolbert, McCormick, Kessler is a third line, and they're getting 7 goals a game, in 19 games is pretty good, but the 60%, they're stopping chances. When they're on the ice, there are less chances coming in, and that's good. We look at this line, the fourth line again from Idaho. 72%, 56 chances against in 17 games, and they've got 7 goals for them. That's good. Plus 3. The fourth line for Kingston, same thing. Plus 2. 4 goals for them in 17 games, and only 34 chances against. That's about 2 shot attempts per game while they're on the ice. That's amazing. Now let's look at the worst. This is actually, this is bad. This is awful. This is horrendous. But there's a positive here that we can see. Mercer, Reese, Shepard. I told you at the very beginning, I predicted this would be the worst line in the league. And guess what? It is. 10%. That's horrible. Horrible. 90% of chances on the ice are happening against these guys while they're out there. But here's the crazy thing. They have 10-4. In 17 games, they have 10 shot attempts. But look, 2 goals. That's an amazing conversion. And yeah, they're still -1 because they're letting in more than they're scoring. But the fact that these guys have 10 shot attempts in 17 games and came away with 2 goals is incredible. Part of why this team is winning more recently is that these guys scored. Mercer and Reese are both enforcers, and I don't expect anything more from them. There's 2 shots, one of them was a goal. 3 shots, one of them was a goal. It's, I could just go on and on about the insanity of that, but let's go over to goalies while we wrap this up. Just looking at totals here. Games played. Irons has played almost every game for the Guppies. 935. Pretty good numbers. He's keeping them in games that they should be losing. I think that the Guppies are being propped up by Irons. I don't think they're for real anymore. I think that Irons is for real. Lamico was struggling a lot for Boston. Lamico's back to form. Sjostrom is really letting down Omaha. They would be better served with an average goaltender. 3 goals that Sjostrom's letting in that an average goaltender would not. Shutout wise, Thornton has come alive, doing great work for the Mongooses. Condra has 3, 955 save percentage, 11 wins, 1.35 goals against, 15 goals saved above average. Condra is the best goalie right now, not even close. 19 goals against. There's very few goalies close to that number. He's doing amazing stuff. If we sort it this way, Jerabek for the Nonas, 938, 1 shutout, 4 wins. These guys have very close totals. Very close, he saved 5 less, but 10 goals saved above average. He's doing really, really good work. But here's the difference between the two. 1 game difference played in 568 shots against versus 425 shots against. Looking at the numbers, this is 38 shots per game. You're not going to win the games when you're getting outshot that badly. And, it just goes to show that a defense in front of your goalie preventing these shots from making it in is quite valuable. And Jerabek just has no defense. The team in front of him is not good enough, and he's doing his best, and it's just not good enough either. So that's why they find themselves last in the league. But we have an exciting week ahead of us. I'm really looking forward to these next 10 games and see Guppies versus Buffalo. That's going to be an exciting one, and then they go to New York. It's looking ahead, this is just a lot of fun for me. So have a good day, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope your team is doing well. See ya.